I want to go over the process for figuring out if a data set is normal or not. And this is something that you will see also discussed in the project parts because this is one of those. How do you tell if a data set is normal? There's three main things you're going to look at. You're going to look at the histogram, you're going to look for outliers, and you're going to look at the QPlot. So I'm going to go over. Now, I'm going to start the histogram. Now, normally this is not how I would make a histogram. I would, because I want the frequency distribution on the pieces to it, I would do it by hand. But for this, because I'm just trying to show you what's going on, I'm going to kind of shortcut it, and I'm going to let StatCrunch make the histogram. If you choose this method, though, you will still need a frequency distribution, so that is an issue if you're doing the project. But for something like this, I look at this, and when I see this, I don't see a bell curve. I start low, okay, cool, but then you can see I peak, and I go down, and I have this long tail. That's not making me think this is not looking like a bell to me. It looks kind of like a scrunched one, but it's very much skewed to the left. So that's my first hint that, oh, something might be. But then I'm going to look at the QPlot. So I'm going to pull up, and right here, QPlot, I'm going to click on my actresses. And you can see here, again, I'm not matching that red line. I've got very much something going on here, this huge tail here, all these all the way up here. That's not looking very normal either. So far, I got 2 strikes. The last thing I would look at is outliers. Now, when I look at outliers, I actually, on a video, I actually use these in this section, and I did the interquartile range, and I found it by hand, and I found that there were 7 outliers, which makes sense looking. I can see all the outliers up here. I don't really see, these, I didn't have any on my lower end, but I can see I've got a funky end here. But I definitely found all these up here. I also see that here. That's the skew I see on this. Most of them are down here at the bottom, but then I have, all these scattered throughout the top. The other way you can find the outliers, if you were, didn't want to hand find them, and I usually do, but if you do a box plot, so right here, box plot, in StatCrunch, they give you all your outliers right here. You can see right there, okay, number of outliers 7. It doesn't list them though, but then if you hold on these, you can see those are the same values. Come on over here, 74, and then I come back here, that was 80, 74. I would find each of those as I came down. So they're actually all the dots here on this modified box plot. So looking at this, all those outliers, the histogram, the QPlot, this is a not normal data set. It is too far skewed to the left to be normal. So those are the steps you go through. And as you build up your data set, you're going to see all those pieces as you create the frequency distribution, as you create the histogram. Lots of different ways to do that. A lot of times you can tell, even with just a quick look at the QPlot, oh, okay, something's wrong here. But all 3 of these help you make an informed decision because, they all should give you the same general thought process, but sometimes one thing stands out or another, and it's always good to have the full picture, so it's worth looking at all 3 pieces.